Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 Eastern Poker Open Series of events here at the Doubletree Hotel and Convention Center by Hilton in Milford, Massachusetts. My name is Evan Myers. I'm going to be hanging out with you all afternoon. Right now, we have the $30,000 Eastern Poker Tour Season 32 Championship that we're going to be streaming for you live all afternoon, really on a 30-minute delay. But this is a really cool event that I'm very excited to be here with you. We had over 4,000 players start this season. What a crazy season. These guys are all now vying for their share of $30,000 prize pool with $10,000 up front. How crazy is this? We're going to get into some of the stats. We're going to get into the details. We're going to share how you can join Eastern Poker Tour. We're going to talk all sorts of crazy poker. I'm probably going to have some crazy guests, some of my favorite co-hosts like Jake Dennehy and all these crazy people, but I think he's on the feature table. So we'll talk about that in a second. How did we get here? Like we said, pub poker at its best. One of the largest pub poker organizations in the country, Eastern Poker Tour. Eastern Poker Tour plays events every night of the week, 7 days a week, all over Eastern, Central Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Southern New Hampshire. Go to easternpokertour.com and you can find out where these events are. And again, we're going to tell you how easy it is for you to get here. It's literally one step, maybe three if you actually count in logging in, signing up, and then playing an event. But all you have to do is win one event, get enough points, and you can come here as well. So we're gonna talk about all those details. We have a great feature table. I'm excited to share who is on this feature table at this point. And again, we are on a 30-minute delay. We have about 55 players left that started the event. 87 or so started today. Almost 400 people started yesterday, and we're going to whittle it down to a final table with a grand prize of $10,000 up top. My name is Evan Myers. If you have any questions, check us out in the chat. Check out the blog, blog.easternpokertour.com. Chris Sevick, the official blogger for Eastern Poker Tour, is going to be here with you all afternoon. You want to see it live, he's going to have all that information for you. We have some crazy poker ahead. Can't wait to share some of the other events and how players got here from those other events. We had a $1,650 high roller tournament with $37,000 headed to first place. Brian Ing took that down. Jason Cooperschmidt was a close second with his $23,000 second place finish. Brian also qualified by that win to get here today. Hopefully he's still at one of those outer tables, and we're going to get some information, share that with you as well. Don't forget YouTube TV. Share this information. Tell all your friends. Make sure they're here and watching this. We want them to sign up, we want them to play, and we want them to join the Eastern Poker Tour family as well. So check out the blog, check out Eastern Poker Tour as well. You know, I think it's about time that we get into some live hands. Let's take it down to the tables and see what's going on in this feature table. Oh, look at that. We got 8 players here sitting there. I see some heavy hitters in the house. I know Courtney Sims is in the 8th position. She's not at the table yet, but we're going to get to some live action very soon here. In the first position, though, let's introduce the people who we have. We have Simon Winchell Manning from Southern Mass. He started the day with $175,000 in chips. In the second position, John Varela from Rhode Island with $120,000 in chips. One of my buddies, Yanni Emanuelidis, in the third position, representing the charity division. $55,000 he's starting today with. Judy Patassi from the central region, starting the day with $107,000 in chips. And, you know, some of these players have been to a feature table, have been on TV before. Judy, I know, is no stranger. Yanni, John, so far, I know these guys have been on a feature table. I know Sam, though, this is his first opportunity. So let's move on. Jay Cosmo from the Central Division with 165,000 chips in the 6th position. This is his first feature table as well. And then the man, John Dillon, the champion from North Shore. John won his division by more than 9,000 points, which means he played almost every tournament. What a committed player. Here we go. The hands are starting. Let's just finish up real quick. Jake Dennehy, representing the charity division, $483,000 in chips. In chips. One of my buddies commentating. And then the one and only Courtney Sims from Rhode Island. She has 91,000, but Courtney was second place in the Bar Poker Open Championship out in Las Vegas just last year. Pretty exciting to be able to call that and see her on that feature table as well. So we get the hands going. Jake doesn't call. Courtney gets rid of her ace 4. Simon with his queen 9. 10,000 for him to call. Blinds are 5,000, 10,000 with a $10,000 big blind ante. That means the big blind is responsible for paying the big blind for everybody at the table. Helps speed up the game. They changed those rules a little while ago. So pre-flop, there's going to be $25,000 in this pool, in the pot pre-flop. Our buddy Tim, who is a great dealer for Eastern Poker Tour, he's in the box today. Tim is also a proficient bowler. You got to see how many 300 strings this guy has. You can see him, and he just took down a New England Invitational event just a couple weeks ago as well, him and his team. All right, so we got some cards here. Let's see what's going on. All right. Jake folds. Courtney, Jack 7 hearts. She gets rid of it. Simon, 10 Jack, gets rid of his as well. All right, Judy in the small blind with her pocket 7s. Jay gets rid of his 9-7. It looks like Judy just takes down the pot. No one wanted to stick around. EasternPokerTour.com is where it's at. It only takes a minute to get here. Find out where an event is near you. Our tournament directors are always there to answer any questions. So if you just want to stop in, you have questions, check it out. EasternPokerTour.com. You can see where an event near you is. All right, here we go. Jake gets rid of his king 6. Courtney in first position gets rid of hers. Simon says, see you later. John gets rid of his 10-9. Yanni wakes up with pocket 7s. Yanni being in the short chip stack. I have a feeling Yanni's gonna, and there he does. Yanni pushes it all right in. Makes perfect sense there. All right, Judy gets rid of her cards. Jay wakes up with ace 10. He's debating it in the small blind. It's only $45,000 for Jay to call, but he's only got $140,000 in chips, so we're talking about a third of his, little less than a third of his chip stack. I can't see him just calling. If he's going to make a move, he's going to shove as well. He's just debating. When you have this few chips, sometimes any ace, you just have to make the move. You can't chip yourself down. Give him a second. He simply makes the call. Fair enough. Action is on the champ, John Dillon. John gets rid of his cards. All right, so we are heads up to the flop. Yanni with his pocket 7s, Jay with his ace 10. I'm not sure Yanni wanted to see that, and I'm not sure Jay wanted to see a made hand. But we know they're both praying that they stick around. I heard somebody say a little overkill. Jay takes down that pot. All right, Yanni, nice effort. Yanni also played the $1,650 event yesterday. Thanks, Yanni. We're going to replace Yanni shortly. Won't take long to get somebody in the pot. Don't forget YouTube Live. Look up Eastern Poker Tour. You'll see the championship right there. You can go on to Eastern Poker Tour's Facebook page and see it there as well. Love Systems. How you doing? Right, Matt? So, guys, check in on the blog. I'll say hi to you. I'll give a shout-out if there's anyone you want to talk to. All right, we got some hands here. Courtney wakes up with her 10 Jack under the 10 Jack, King Queen under the gun. Simon, whoa, Simon does not want to play his ace Jack. That's for sure. All right, action over to Jay.
Oh no.
All right, John gets rid of his cards. Courtney scoops some chips. We are live at the Season 32 Eastern Poker Tour Championship. What up, Brian? We're here in Milford, Massachusetts at the Doubletree Hotel by Hilton. What a great group of people. They have set up the whole convention center for Eastern Poker Tour. Have been great hosts for us. All right, John gets rid of his. Judy, Queen 10, hijack position. No, she doesn't want to play. Jay sees King 4. In the cutoff, nope. John, look at this, wakes up with pocket 10s. Does not hesitate to ship it. Jake gets rid of his. Courtney, ace 6 offsuit in the big blind. $96,000, which would put her all in to make that call, and she does not. So John picks up a nice pot right there. How did these people qualify? They played a regional poker event, free poker. You go to a great bar near your house, you get a great buffet, play some free poker, accumulate enough points, make your way to the monthly championship by a win or accumulating enough points, win that championship, get here. Come in the top 8, get here. Come in the top percentage of points, you get here. It's pretty easy. We want to see you guys here. These guys started with 100,000 in chips today. They did not carry over the chips from yesterday. They actually all started with 100,000. There were several players who did start with double stacks, though, and that means they may have qualified twice through a monthly event. Or they could have won one of the open events this weekend. The open events got you to today as well. Some great $180 10K guarantee events. There was a beautiful $300 event with a 20K guarantee, and I'm pretty sure that got blown away yesterday. So much fun here all weekend long. Lots of great players. Like having it local where everybody gets to come out. Remember, the blinds are $5,000, $10,000, and $10,000 big blind. Button is on Courtney. Simon is small blind. John is big blind. Judy gets rid of her card. Jay wakes up to 7, gets rid of those. See what John does. Ace 7, 10 grand to call. He's not going to play that, and he gets rid of it. Jake says, see ya. Courtney on the button. $10,000 for her to call. She's got a small stack. She gets rid of hers. Now it looks like blind on blind. We'll find out who our new participant is at the table. All right, John wins that pot right now. So I'm going to find out who our new friend at the table is.
What do I have to do? Sorry.
Leave them in the box for like 2 seconds and then you're all set.
Okay.
I'll let you know if they miss it.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. I have some awesome producers out there. We just found out that is Bethany Parker from Greater Lowell who joined us. Thank you, Chris, for sharing the information. Jake Ace King in the hijack position. He's going to put a little bet out there. Looks like he bets 60,000. We'll get a confirmation on that. Jeff Maynard, the statistician. Oh, 22,000. Sorry, I misread the chips. Colors are a little off. Must be in my eyeballs. So Jake raises 22. Simon makes the call. John gets away from the hand. Actions on Bethany 8-6 in the big blind. She sticks around. She wants to see a flop as well. There's only 12 grand for her to call. All right, we are 3 players to the flop.
We're not gonna let you get it by on us.
No. Hey.
All right, here is the flop. Ace, 10, 8. Jake smashes his ace. Simon hits his ace, too. Not a strong one, though, I don't suspect. Bethany makes the check. Option is on Jake. Jake simply calls. Oh, he actually announced bet. I apologize.
$200,000.
Jake sets it up to $200,000. In the hijack position, Sam with his ace-5. We're pre-flop. I don't suspect. I mean, we're on the turn. I don't know. Does Sam stick around? Does he think Jake has a bigger ace? Yeah, I didn't think he was going to stick around. Jake takes down another little pot. Jake is a great poker player. There you can see it. Jake with 56 big blinds, 567,000. Jay with 21 big blinds, 215,000. John with 19 big blinds as well. It's important how many blinds you have compared to the big blind. You want to give yourself and leave yourself value so you have fold equity and you can make bets, you can make raises. You just don't want to leave yourself in a chip-off position where it really doesn't mean anything and anyone and everyone would call you. All right, here we go. Jay under the gun tosses his cards. John wakes up with Jack 4. Gets rid of those. Jake
Raised to $22,000.
get through. He makes up raise 22,000. Simon gets rid of it. John gets rid of it. Bethany's out of there. And Judy in the big blind sticks around with her ace-9 suited. It's a pretty hand. Here's the flop. Ace-6 of hearts. Jack of hearts. Judy hits her ace. Jake hits his jack. Judy, of course, wants to throw a bet out there. She sees the flush draw. She wants to get that anyone off that. That's 3.5 times the big blind. 35,000 for Jake to call. He's got the back door straight. He's got the middle pair, but he does get rid of it. He used to suspect that Judy would make a bet with an ace. All right, here you go. Chip counts again. Jake up top, 545,000. Jay with 215,000. Johnny D, 193,000. Judy, 15 big blinds. In case you're wondering, got to thank Gorilla Gaming for this awesome table here. It's an RFID table, so there are card readers underneath that, and there are microchips inside those cards. So when you put the cards down on those little squares, the computers read them, just like your credit card. No one's sticking around. Everybody seems to be folding out. Simon sees an ace-queen, hijack position. I think he's going to probably throw a little 2.5 time bet out here. Makes sense. No one else is stuck around. Oh, he's going to go all in. He's going to take it and send it to the house. Good luck, Simon. John gets out of the way. Bethany gets out of the way. Judy gets out of the way. Jay folds his big blind as well. Simon racks up another 25,000. There you go. You can see it. So that gave Simon now 12 big blinds, 123,000 in chips. Bethany at 116,000. Courtney still rounding it up with 91,000 in chips.
Yeah, it's like, Craig goes, who has table 8? I'm like,
All right. Button is on Judy. Jay small blind, John big blind. Jake wakes up with ace 10, makes a little raise, 22,000. Very strong bet. Jake is an aggressive player. He always likes to bet. He doesn't simply call most of the time. No one so far is sticking around. Jay in the small blind. What's John do in the big blind right now? $12,000. He makes the call. We are seeing a flop. King 2-2. Doesn't really help either one. It gives them both the back door to the straight. You can see how many outs John has with Jake being ahead at this moment. Looks like Jake throws out. And he takes it down. Moves Jake up another quantity of the big blinds, now at 582,000 in chips. Hey, I was saying a moment ago, Gorilla Gaming and these awesome tables. Gorilla Gaming tables are all over Las Vegas. You've probably played on them all over the country as well at many casinos. Check them out, GorillaGaming.com. But in connection with the RFID readers in the tables, you see the dealer's wearing a microphone. He's actually talking to Jeff Maynard, our statistician, to the side, who has a tablet. Hey, nice hand here. Simon's going to get rid of his hand. John wakes up with pocket queens. A couple red ladies. 10,000 him to call. I have to believe, since he's now hitting up just the blinds, he's going to throw a little bet, probably 25,000. He does. Throws it out there. Bethany's out of there. Judy's out of there. Jay on the button. Nah, he doesn't like his 10-5. Let's see what John does. John's got queen 4 suited, gets rid of it, and Jake with suited ace 3. He's debating it. It's only 15,000 for him to call. He's got a monster chip stack. Doesn't really hurt for him to call. He hasn't seen John do much yet, so I think he's just going to simply flat call him here. Feel it out. They both want to see a flop. 6, 10, 9. Doesn't really help either one of them. Check, check. There's a jack. Gives them both a draw. 3 outs for Jake, though. The aces and only the aces. John still with the overpair. Jake gets rid of it. All right. Again, you see our chip count. John just moved up just a bit. Blinds are 5,000, 10,000 with a $10,000 big blind ante. Big blind's responsible for the ante. Helps speed up the game. They changed that rule a few years ago. There's our buddy Jeff walking across. He's the one who's making sure we see all these awesome stats on the board. Hey, tell all your friends to check out the stream if you're watching. If you guys have friends playing, we have about 5 tables left in live play out in the field. $10,000 at stake for first place, $6,000 for second, $3,400 for third, fourth, $2,400 for fourth, $1,800 for fifth, and $1,400 for sixth. Rounding out, paying 16 places with a min cash today of $300. Courtney all in if she wants to make the call, and it looks like she does not. Button is on Jake. Courtney is the small blind. Simon is the big blind. Courtney with her chip stack. Simon with his smaller chip stack. Might see a little action blind on blind, or one of the larger stacks trying to take down the blinds, whittle them down a little. Let's see what happens here.
Top 16. Yeah, 16.
We have two former Eastern Poker Tour champions still in the field. Shane Matthews, who's a two-time champion, and Basil Congro, who won just a couple years ago, also won the Bar Poker Open Championship weeks before the Eastern Poker Tour Championship. Let's watch this hand here. All right, Simon in the big blind, 15,000. John had made the raise with his pocket kings. Gonna suspect he's waking up with some nice hands now. People can't think many in a row, though. Flop, 7-4 queen. Doesn't really help either one. Simon rightfully checks. John lets it go to the turn as well. Simon checks. John can't let this one sit. He has to make a bet here. He throws a $25,000 bet into the pot. Simon with a set of queens. John can't like this. Actually, he has trips. I take that back. He has one in his hand, not two in his hand. You're right. Absolutely. Simon's certainly going to take his time here. Suspect he might raise 75,000. He raises, looks like, to 50. John doesn't think Simon has anything. Shoves on him. Snap, call. John's not going to like that, and he doesn't like what he sees. Set of queens, or trips over his king. It was only 140,000 for call. Leaves John with a little. But certainly was a dent in that. See what the river brings. King 9 doesn't help. Simon, way to take down a nice pot. Move Simon right up, though. 24 big blinds, 240,000. He is our cheap leader at the second in place at chips at the table. We had almost 4,000 players, unique players, start the season. That equates to hundreds of thousands of entries into tournaments over the past 11 months. All coming down to today, yesterday and today. All right, Judy gets rid of hers. Jay gets rid of his. These are nothing burger cards over here. John in the hijack position gets rid of the 9-7. Jake, ace-3 in the cutoff. Debates it. No one played. He's only going up against the big blinds and the dealer, so he does throw a little bet out there. Jake raises $22,000. Courtney gets out. Simon says, see ya. John might be a little on tilt with connectors here. 12,000 to call. He doesn't have that many chips left. He might just put it all in here and get whatever value he can out of this pot. He's got to figure he's racing at this point. Might be behind, but he's racing. Does get rid of it, though. So John sits around with the 32,000. Blinds are 5, 10, 10. Probably doesn't have more than one orbit around at this pace if he wants to stick around. In the small blind, it looks like he's anticipating what he's doing. All right. Simon on the button. John in first position. Bethany in the big blind. Sorry, Judy. First position. Let's see what she wants to do here. Fold, fold, fold. Simon with his king 7 in the button, debating what he wants to do. 10,000 to make the call. Does he want to throw a raise? He shoves with his king, a suited king, all in, 263. Isolates. There you go, Simon, 261,000. A few more chips to that stack. Jake still up top with 567,000 in chips. Love it. Go to EasternPokerTour.com. Find out where there is an event and a tournament near you. We want to see you here. We love new players. You can email Eastern Poker Tour if you have any questions. You can show up at an event. Again, the tournament directors are so cool. They'll answer any questions. Got a long afternoon with you, so we'll share stats, who did what, how things went, who the players were. We'll share lots of information all afternoon with you. Jake folds, Courtney folds. John makes the shove, 9-4 on the button. Bethany also all in with her ace-king suited. Heads up to the flop here. Good luck to John. Good luck to Bethany. All right, $74,000 pot up for grabs. It's a race. Bethany is currently ahead. You can see she has a 69-31% chance in winning this. Ace, 9, 6. They both hit their top card. Only 2 cards left, though. So Bethany's odds went up considerably. Jack on the turn. 5 on the river. Bethany takes that down. All right, way to go, John.
I actually thought he was going to do that earlier. Me too. I was like, when he was going to do it right after they were like on his baseline. That's why I wasn't trying to get I only want to go against him. And I was, even though we had 9-4, I was worried he was going to beat me.
All right, we are to a flop. We're going to find out who is coming to the table in just a moment. All right, John under the gun.
Yes.
10,000 to call. Doesn't call.